Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods, and today we're going to go over yet another addition to our inventory here at Hankster's here in our Homer City location, and this is going to be a 1987 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. It is a real Z28. This car is in the original color, the correct color for this car. You can see the white along with the gold here on the exterior along with the gold striping. This car retains the original numbers match motor and drive line. It is a low mileage car, and I say that because it is an 87. These cars typically got a lot of miles put on them. This car here only has just a little over 45,000 to go. That's what it's going to say on the title. Plus we do have the Carfax and the Invitus reports to kind of, as supporting documentation for the car. As you can see also, this car does retain those factory OEM wheels, the 15-inch aluminum 5-spoked wheels there, color matched for the car itself. Again, and those wheels are in great shape. And we'll take a look at that too as we walk around the car. I just kind of like to give you an overview of the car before we get started there. So like I said, we've already gone over the color here. Again, the body fitment on this car is really, really good. Again, it's a 1987, so your front fascia, your fenders, doors, all of that stuff, all very good fitment. As you'll notice, all of your gaps everywhere around the car are all very uniform, front to back, up and down, all the way around. As I said, the wheels are the factory OEM wheels. These are 15-inch aluminum wheels. And we did replace all of the tires on this car. The tires that it has on right now are brand new BFGoodrich Radial TAs, and these are 215/65 R15s. Now the one thing also that we changed on this car too, not necessarily changing, we just kind of updated it, and that was we did replace all of these center caps on the wheels. Other ones were showing a little bit of age, so we put brand new ones on. Again, these are stock OEM wheel centers, and they do still retain the Z28 center badging on them. This car does have the mirrors on the sides, both on the driver's side and the passenger side, and again, the glass, the mirror, and everything, that's all in great shape. You can see all the glass on the car, the side windows here, you can see they are tinted along with T-tops here also. These T-tops are in great shape. You can see all the trim work around them. All the seals are in great shape too. This car is going to stay nice and dry on the inside. If we open up the car, we're going to go ahead and see this very nice interior. This is going to be the saddle interior, kind of like a tweed upholstery on the seats and kind of the upper door panels. Of course, you see that saddle carpet, and then you see the wood grain trim on the dash and the center console. You see an AM, FM CD player in there. You've got all the factory gauges. You do have a, looks like a tilt wheel along with the cruise control mechanism on there as well. Again, automatic transmission in this car. This does retain the 700R4 automatic overdrive transmission, so that's going to be a real nice transmission for you to get up and cruise. Also, get out on the highway and take long trips in if you wish to. We'll close this up. Again, the door shuts nice and easy. As I said, the seals are all in great shape there. Again, you'll see all that gold trim all the way back the car here. And we'll come to the rear of the car. So you do see on this particular car, tail lights are all in good shape. Again, your gaps on your trunk lid, your hatch here, those are all in great shape. Your rear hatch window, you can see it's been tinted also, so it just gives it a nice, clean, stealthy look to those windows. As far as the rear bumper here, paint is in great shape. There's no cracks or anything on the paint. You'll do notice here that we do have the tune port injection badging. That is what this car does have, along with the Z28 badging there as well. We'll go ahead and open that hatch up for you and show you just the conditioning back here of the interior in the rear section. Let's go ahead and flip our license plate. That pops. Now again, this will let the trunk lid up slightly on its own, and then once it's done, doing its thing. You just kind of lift up on it nice and easy. It does have the struts on there to keep it from flying up and to hold it up there also. Now, as far as the inside of the trunk goes here, or the inside of the hatch area, you can see the carpeting is in great shape. We still have the bags in here for those T-tops whenever you want to remove those and drive and let a little bit of air and sunlight in. You can see the floor mats there also. Those are in great shape. We just always pull those out so we can show you the real conditioning of the carpeting underneath. And again, all of your plastic trim for your interior, all of your seals all the way around that hatch are all in excellent shape, just like they should have been from the factory. And again, you'll see up here too, your extra, your plastics and so forth up here, those are in great shape. No discoloration, no cracks, no nothing. They're defect free and they look great underneath here. So again, we'll close this up. Again, you will pull down on it slightly. You'll get down to the bottom here, let it kind of latch itself and it'll pull itself down, as you see there. We'll walk around to the passenger side. Again, you'll just kind of look in the video there and check out the conditioning of the paint. Everything is all in great shape. I've already mentioned all your gaps and everything are all very uniform on the back side and the front side. All seals are good. Paint on the mirrors is in great shape too. Again, your tinted window over here on the passenger side. Your door locks and your door handles, those are all painted black. Again, it gives it that nice look there. And we'll open this side up too so you get to see it from both sides, the interior. Again, no rips or tears in any of the upholstery. Looks great. Again, it's just going to be a super nice car for you to get in and just cruise around in. Dash is in great shape too, and like I said, all your seals you can see there are in great condition. Again, that door shuts nice too. You do have the molding here down the side. That's just for, protection. That's how the car came. Again, that's going to protect against like door dings, anything like that. Fender mounted antenna up there for the radio. And then we come around to the front. So again, the fronts in these cars, if you got a lot of miles on them, you're going to notice some chips and so forth. But on this particular car, this thing looks great across this front end. You can see that gold paint on your lower lip here. That looks great. Your grill area is in great shape. Your headlights actually up here for your quad lights across the front and those inserts there, those are all, the paint is in pretty much excellent condition. Of course, you've got your Chevrolet emblem. You've got your stock factory hood there with the black louvers in it. And again, you can see the fitment of that hood, your gaps up both sides there and across the front here at the nose. All looks very great. Again, nice tight gaps all the way around. Your windshield, no chips or cracks in there either. So that's pretty much an overview of the outside of the car. I'm going to go ahead and pop the hood. That way we can see this engine underneath here and talk just a little bit what's underneath the hood. So as you can see, the hood latch does work. Pops that hood up nice there. And we're going to go ahead and get this lifted up now. All right, so there's the underside of our hood. You can see it's got all the proper hood insulation in here. Again, not in bad shape whatsoever for the age of the car. At least you don't see any pieces hanging down or, ready to fall out. It is all intact. It's all held up with all the correct fasteners all the way around. As far as the engine itself goes, as I said, this is the original numbers match motor. It's the 5-liter 305 cubic inch small block Chevrolet motor. It is the tune port injection motor as well. This car does have factory air. As you can see, everything is all hooked up there. It is a power steering car. Power brakes as well. All your air intake tubes and so forth, those are all in great shape also. Everything underneath here is in just great shape. Paint even underneath the hood, looks good for being underneath the hood there. So that's the engine. As I said already, it's coupled up to the 700 R4 automatic overdrive transmission, and then that is all put to the ground by the GM 10-bolt 7.5-inch ring gear, 273 POSI rear gear that's in this car. So again, it's going to be a good cruise and good driving gear for you. It's not going to over rev or anything like that whatsoever. So good all around car. And like I said, you could tell from the condition, this car was taken care of very, very well. Before we go any further, let me just add, I know a lot of times people ask if we can make any kind of changes to cars and so forth. The answer to that is yes. If you see anything that you would want to add to maybe this car or perhaps one of the other cars that we have advertised, we do have the ability to go ahead and do that for you. You would just want to kind of reach out to us, drop us a, either an email, a phone call, a text, one way or another, get a hold of us. Just kind of put out there what you would like to have done to it. We'll be happy to get you a quote on that stuff and get back to you as soon as we can and let you know what that would cost to do those changes for you. All right, so we now have our 1987 Camaro Z28 here up on the lift. We're going to go through this car just as we always do, showing you everything underneath here, the whole condition of the underside of this car, which, by the way, is in great shape. And then we're just going to, pick out all of the components here that we can see and talk about, just to go over and let you know exactly what you are looking at underneath here. So as I said, this is an 87 Camaro Z28. Yes, it is a real Z28. And this car is phenomenal underneath here. It is a low mileage vehicle. Driveline on this particular vehicle here is the all original drivetrain. You've got the 305 engine here, the 5.0 liter V8 305 small block Chevy. You also have behind that for the transmission, this is a 700 R4 automatic overdrive transmission. So this is great for getting out on the highways and just cruising wherever you want to go. Of course, you've got your drive shaft, and then you do have the rear end back here. This is your factory GM 10-bolt rear end. It is a 7.5-inch ring gear in here, a POSI unit, and it is a 273 gear ratio in here. It even has the tags and so forth on that rear end. Now, as we can look underneath here, the large portion of this car, the floors underneath here. These floors are in great shape. As you can see, they are solid all the way from front to back. There's no dents, there's no dings, there's no rust underneath here. This thing looks great here as far as these floors go. Just nothing really extra to go over other than they're in fantastic shape here. As far as the drivetrain itself, I see no leaks whatsoever on the engine, transmission, and or rear end. That is all dry. Let's go over the running gear, the suspension on this car. Again, this is going to be all the factory GM stuff that this car originally came equipped with. So up front, you're going to notice that we do have our sway bar here, and those links there and the bushings here at the frame, those are in great shape. Your sway bar end links up in here, those are all in good shape. Bushings and all look great. Tie rods, ball joints at both ends of the tie rods, those all look good too. Your A-arms underneath here, okay, these are just your factory stamped steel A-arms here. Ball joints and all of that stuff is good. And then out at the very ends here, we've got our brakes, wheels, and tires. Now this particular car has power disc brakes up front, drums on the back, and we'll get to those here in just a little bit. So again, they are power discs up front. As far as the wheels go, these are going to be your factory aluminum Z28 wheels, 15-inch wheels, and they have brand new BFGoodrich Radial TA tires on them, and these are 215 65 R15s all the way around on this car. Just other things underneath here, the radiator and so forth, that's all dry underneath here. All your pulleys and belts that we can see, all the hoses, those all look to be in really good shape too underneath this car. As far as the exhaust, we're going to go ahead and travel that as we work our way back the car here. This is the factory exhaust, single exhaust all the way back. You've got your cat right here. That is still intact. As we come all the way back here to the rear, to the muffler back here, you're going to see it is that transverse mounted rear muffler, and it's got the dual outlets here with your dual exhaust, or dual tips I should say, out the back end of the car. Now again, as far as the rear end goes, it's that 10-bolt GM 273 POSI gear. You've got the sway bars back here also for your suspension. You can see the bushings and the sway bar end links. Those are all in great shape. Control arm bushings back here too, same thing, all in great shape. And you've got your, I guess you could call this like your track bar or panhard bar back here. This is in all great shape. Stamped steel components here, all factory original, and again, in great shape. You can even see the blue paint and so forth that these would have had on them when they got checked off at the factory. Again, you can see more of that frame, or the floors, I should say, underneath the car, looking in great shape. That rear end, that drive shaft, and again, you've got your bar that goes up through here to control your torque. As far as braking back here again, this is going to be drum brakes on both sides. Those have been checked out and those are in great shape. All your brake lines and so forth going to each side, those are all in excellent condition as well. Fuel lines too, if we follow the fuel lines all the way back, first of all, you're going to see your fuel pump right here. Everything comes back nice and neat right along the floor as it would from the factory, all the way back to your tank. Again, your tank's going to be concealed right up here. Again, there's no leaks or drips, no dents or dings anywhere at all in any of that. Springs back here, you can see they look brand new underneath here. Shocks are in great condition too. And again, back here as far as wheels and tires, it's just your matching 15-inch Z28 aluminum wheels, along with that BFGoodrich Radial TA rubber, the 215/65 R15s. So that's pretty much it as far as the underside of our car goes.